So we're going to be talking about limits now. So first, what is a limit? You're going to see this appear more frequently than not. This is a calculus idea here. It looks like this. Let me highlight it. It looks like that. Okay? So whenever you see that, that means a limit as t approaches 11. And you're probably wondering, what is that? And that means how close. So if we have a number line here, that's a poor number line, so we have a number line here. And we'll label this circle as 11. So how close can we get to 11 in this without, and what number will that reach? Sort of thing. What will this number, what will this function equal as we approach 11 from either side? From the 10 or from the 12. So as we approach it from the 10 side, it's going to be like 10.999, and as we approach it from the 11 side, or 12 side, it's going to be 11.001, right? It's just going to get more zeros and more nines. And you could brute force it, yes. We could fill out this function just like that and start putting in 10.999999999 sort of thing on both of these, and it would find us our answer. We would end up with an answer. You approach from both sides. It would just take a really long time. So today we're going to figure out how to approach these limits without having to do all those calculations. So there's smart ways around this. There's some smart people came up with this stuff. So first, let's start. If we put in 11, what would happen? So let's try. So we have 11 squared plus 3 times 11 minus 154 on top of 11 squared minus 121. So I can already tell you the bottom is going to be 0 because 11 squared is 121. So it's going to equal 0 on the bottom. So already does not exist because you can't divide by 0. However, let's see what the top equals. Let's just figure it out. So 11 squared is 121 plus 11 times 3, which is 33, minus 154. So 11 squared, 121 plus 33 is going to be 154. So it's going to be 0 again. So 0 divided by 0 is not a real thing. So this limit does not exist, right? That's the answer? No. The limit does exist. It's just not, you just cannot plug in 11. So we must find a creative way around this. So what are we going to do? First, erase all of this work. And next, we're going to walk away with the knowledge that we can't just plug in 11 to t. So right here we have perfect squares. So if you remember from algebra, you can take this, t squared plus 3 times t minus 154. Okay, and we can make this t minus 11 and t plus 11. This is the same thing. At the top, and the reason this is the same thing is because t squared minus 121, it's the FOIL method, right? If you FOILed this out, it would equal that. So if you don't know how to use quadratics, I strongly recommend you go back and study quadratics, as they will turn out to be very handy. The next step is to figure out the top equation here. So we're going to find two numbers, one number that can, or both of them have to multiply to equal negative 154, and they have to add to equal positive 3. So what number could that possibly be? The quick method, by the way, is just to divide 154 by 11. So negative 54 divided by 11 is going to equal negative 14. So negative 14, oh, it's not negative 14. It's going to be negative 11 and 14. Negative 11 and 14. So if you times negative 11 and 14, you get 154. If you add negative 11 to 14, you get 3. Okay, so now how do we write this? It's going to be t minus 11 on top of, or next to, multiplied by t plus 14. And then this is on top of t minus 11 times t plus 11. Okay, our next step is to simplify, so we can cross these two out because they're equal to each other. And we're left with t plus 14 on top of t plus 11. And remember, we're looking for the limit as t approaches 11. So at this point, we can plug in 11. This is the same thing. It's simplified. We can plug in 11 now, and it will equal something. So we have 11 plus 14 on top of 11 plus 11. So 11 plus 14 is equal to 25, and 11 plus 11 is equal to 21, or 22, my apologies. And can this be simplified further? It cannot. So the answer to this question is going to be found right here, 25 over 22. And that's the acceptable form as a fraction, not as a decimal.